Human beings mostly focus on investigating the small part of the great universe that surrounds us, not knowing that in the sea exist things that are completely beyond our imagination. This can range from simple strange fish, marine creatures that have been seen by fishermen, and even giant monsters capable of emitting very loud sounds. Stay and enjoy, because in this video I will show you what is beyond your imagination. Let's get started. Julia. Just over a decade ago, on March the 1st, 1999, the US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, detected a powerful sound from the depths of Antarctica. The sound was powerful enough to be detected by all stations of the Equatorial Pacific Recording System, and it resembles darkly that of some underwater animal. Surprisingly, this is not the first time something like this has happened. Just 2 years before, and about 1,500 kilometers to the south, the mysterious bloop appeared in the Antarctic seas. It was an extremely powerful sound that, like Julia, resembled that of some giant animal living in the depths of the ocean. Throughout the 20th century, similar sounds have been heard several times, mostly from the South Pacific, where the world's largest squid is known, the colossal squid. Although one theory assures that it could be a super predator, which is above the food chain and is characterized by a very slow metabolism, perhaps living more than 100 years. The wealth of the Antarctic seas could be enough to feed a population of these animals, as long as they're not in turn prey to larger ones. A black demon. We all know the megalodon, the shark that was the fear of any animal that dared to do anything in prehistoric seas. Now, what would you think if I told you that there is still a shark much more ferocious and aggressive than the megalodon? Along the coasts of Baja California lives a marine monster that has been stalking fishermen for years, which has always been described as huge and mainly black, so it is known as the Black Demon. The stories of hundreds of fishermen have managed to resonate among the inhabitants of the cities, possibly because when they're told these stories, they start panicking and losing their words. Even similar stories can be found among the legends of the first settlers of Baja California, not only those on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, but also those of the Sea of Cortez. It is a gigantic marine monster with enormous sharp teeth, with which they can destroy anything, be it boats or any marine animal that is in their way. There are those who believe that the monster could be a giant shark, never documented before, and even that it could be related to a race that roamed the sea thousands of years ago, but all these are theories. The truth is that, in the mind of every fisherman, the best way to survive is to get an abundant load of fish and avoid being the prey of the Black Demon. Leviathan Melville. The Essex was a 19th century whaling ship from Nantucket, Massachusetts, United States. It was 27 meters long, 238 tons in weight, and was captained by George Pollard Jr., 28 years old. It was notoriously rammed and sunk by a huge sperm whale in the Pacific Ocean in 1820. The story goes that when the crew was harpooning a herd of sperm whales, one of them, much larger than normal, rammed the boat twice and caused it to sink. The 21 crew members of the whaler emerged alive from the sinking of the ship and embarked on 3 small boats used as lifeboats. They were 3,700 kilometers off the coast of Antofagasta, Chile, and to survive, the sailors had only a small reserve of food and water. Fortunately, they managed to find an island where men fed on birds, fish, and vegetables. They also found a small source of fresh water. However, after a week, they had exhausted the island's natural resources and concluded that the island could not sustain them much longer. After 95 days, The few people who managed to survive the island's extreme conditions were rescued by the whaler Dolphin, also from Nantucket. The story about this case is much more extensive and interesting. If you want to read the full story, I will leave a link in the description of this video.